Why are you pointing a camera in the face?
Just testing. Alan chaps, welcome to another video. Today we're doing a test of whether more tyre equals faster lap times. We're here with Ryan from Darkside, as you can see. Now you might recognise the car from the Croft video, you'll have just seen that. So the TTs have changed a little bit since then, especially the petrol one that we were driving. Now it's a little bit homebrew at the moment, as you can see here. And why are the front wings wider, you might ask? Still got bits of M3 up the door and stuff like that, but why are the front wings wider? Well, we're testing today whether or not putting a 295 section front tyre on the TT will actually make it go faster. That is the test for today. So we had 265 square before on the Yokohama A052s, and we're testing it today on the 295 front. So we're going to start on the 295s and then go out afterwards and see how it feels with the 265s on. Now they've done some magic with the wishbones as well too. It's not just bolting on wider wheels and tyres, they've extended the front arms as well to make sure the geometry is just right. And yeah, we're going to go out and see if it can be faster. So more meat equals lower times, or will it just be unstable now that it's on a staggered tyre setup? What do you think, sir?
I didn't agree to anything.
You don't think it's going to work, do you?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I wanted to be able to see if this was as fast as that. You've got tyre width comparisons. I've got diesel versus petrol. That's what I needed. And then Scott's moved the goalpost.
We need to put the 265s on the front at some point anyway to go back and do like a benchmark. The diesel ones here as well. Now, the diesel ones running slightly more power. It is filthy, yeah. The diesel one's running slightly more power than when we had it at Donington. And it's had a lot more development done to the tune. Tuna Matisse there behind, just having a look. So we'll be having some rips in this as well, just to play. But our main focus of today is whether or not these wider 295 section front tyres make this car go faster. So we're at Blighton Park on a private kind of test day thing. There's no other cars here basically. Oh, there's lovely weather, and yeah, it's perfect for testing conditions. Right, we're just heading out now, both me and Ryan, just to get a feel for the cars and set a little baseline, and obviously make sure nothing falls off or blows a boost pipe. Forgot to say, this car also now has an E-diff, an electronic diff. Bumpy track. So the diesel TT, let's call it TTDI for reference sake, ended up blowing a boost pipe quite early on. And you might also notice the shifts are a bit weird on TTFSI. It's not doing the fartings. Why are you not doing the DSG fartings? So yeah, both cars had a little stutter to get started, but the 295s were giving the good vibes straight away. Fucking good, man.
It looks like you can change direction quicker than me, is it?
It's mad how different it is.
Is it?
Yeah, you've got to try it, man.
Yeah. I'll
just
try that if you want, while you talk some shit. Mine's blown an oil boost pipe.
Of course it has.
Split silicon.
It feels mad different though.
It's like when you were changing.
Yeah. In slow stuff, it's just, they look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the main thing. Well, what a difference that made. I mean, we really need to test the 265s as well, just to go back to back, but never for one moment then felt like the front tyres were limited in any way. Unfortunately, the diesel one did a diesel thing and burst a boost hose, so we didn't really get to tell what the difference was. Ryan, yeah. It's very good.
Is it?
Yeah. The thing is, it was very nervous. So,
it looked a bit
yeah, on brakes especially.
Yeah.
But it's bumpy here, isn't it? So ABS will be going a bit mad.
Yeah, I'll be careful.
Maybe ABS has gone a bit off calibration with wider fronts, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think it likes staggered wheels, does it?
What was the best time before?
It was like a 107 or something.
Was it? I don't know what I did then, but... So we've already bested the best time that it did last time, just in a fucking about, so... Promising, very promising. So Ryan goes out on track now to get a first impression of the 295 fronts, and he ends up going 2/10 quicker than what we did, so obviously we can't let that happen. But yeah, first impressions from both of us were very good. Obviously now we need to test back to back with the 265s. Ryan's coming back in, we'll get his word on it. It's good, isn't it?
It's a bit too nervous on brakes.
Yeah, it's very nervous on brakes.
Yeah.
Probably rear toe, maybe.
Yeah.
Right, we're off back out. Petrol CT, diesel one's still poorly, so we're going to do a final test on the 295s. It did have a fault on the engine, which is why the DSG shifts weren't doing that. Feels good now, does it?
Should be better. They're not perfect on way down, but they're
right.
working.
Just third and fourth anyway, innit?
Yeah. I've been going into fifth a bit, but just check, stay out as long as you want until you're happy with these tyres, you're happy what they've done. There should be pressures and everything right.
Right.
And then we'll swap them quick.
Okay. So we're heading back out now in the car with the 295 still up the front. So we've had an engine fault code cleared, we've got our DSG farts back. Now we need to lean on the car and see just how fast we can go around Blighton Park. Now it's not the circuit that I have the most experience on, but that shouldn't matter too much. Hopefully we can just set a benchmark and then we're going to pit, get the 265 swapped to the front, go again, and hopefully be able to tell an immediate difference one way or the other. Now is we're just going to swap over to the 265s. We did a 6 flat, which is a good time. We would have preferred to get into the 5s, but 6 flat's pretty good. We're just having the independent adjudicator now checking the lap time.
Ah, 6 flat, it was 0-1.
I know.
What a liar.
What, 0-1's not flat?
That's not flat.
Fucking hell, 100ths. The adjudicator's overruled the decision.
21 pounds per square inch in these, so you're going to do 3 or 4 probably to get them to
21 what?
21 pounds per square inch.
I thought you said that.
You don't know what all these acronyms mean. You can't just keep saying them and not know what they mean.
Right. What's that in metric?
What's that in metric?
1.5 bar? Innit? Bang on.
1.5.
Yeah. What does bar stand for?
Bar? It doesn't stand for that.
Alright, so we're going back out now to test the 265s. We've got the benchmark of a 6 flat, despite what the adjudicator says. So remember, all we've done is changed the front tyres. Obviously the ride height might be slightly different with the different profile of the tyres and stuff like that, but mostly the same. This is going to be a good back-to-back test. What's going to be better? Huh? Surely wider tyres, more grip, more fast, right? More traction budget. But we'll see. We don't know. We don't know until you try it. The car felt very different now back on the square tyre setup. I just wasn't getting as much feedback from the front end, and ultimately I couldn't go as quickly. Now it was only 0.2 difference over a lap, and if you keep an eye on the delta through the lap, you'll see sometimes I gain and then I lose it again on exit. And almost every lap I lose that 0.2 again on the final corner, so it would seem that the 295s, as well as giving a bit more confidence, are also helping quite a lot in the slow speed stuff, such as the last corner and the chicane. That's not quite clear on the video is how the car felt. It certainly felt a lot more nimble with the much wider front tyres. You'll notice that with both front tyre sizes the car was very nervous on the brakes. That's something that they need to tune out with the alignment really, but it didn't feel too bad. It felt kind of normal, but certainly watching back the steering wheel's doing a lot of dancing on the heavy braking zones. Having to manage the front tyres so much more. Towards the end of this session, Ryan was on track, so I let him go in front to see if we could get some direct back-to-back comparisons of the diesel versus the petrol car. Remember, these are in the same class now, so the performance should be pretty similar whilst out on track. Same tyre setup, both running the 265 square. Now, the diesel one is less powerful, but it does carry a little bit less weight as well, so the brake horsepower per tonne is roughly the same. I was really struggling to keep up with Ryan here. I'm not sure if that's obvious on the video, but I actually went off track a couple of times trying to keep up with him, so that diesel car has definitely got some good pace.
No, can't keep up with him on these tyres anyway.
So we've just done a 265, 295 back-to-back tyre test. And yes, the 295s were faster. By about a tenth. I think it was about 2 or 3 tenths round here. You'll have seen the data, of course. But it felt a lot more drivable on the 295s as well. It's having to work hard then.
Did you?
Yeah, flat out.
Even I were a bit scruffy on some of them.
I was flat out, and then I gave up because I couldn't. I was always driving the car and kept nearly coming off track.
Right, so it's doing all right then.
Yeah.
I think I did a 106.5 or something, so it's still half a second off this, but that way it's perfect loud. I
think I got a 106, mid 106 in this, but then it just started getting hot and hot.
With them tyres on?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, definitely. We'll have a look at laps, but certainly round here anyway, there's no feel from the front end anymore, and it just washes out way quicker. So, 295s definitely feels better, and the clock would suggest is faster. So, there you go. I want to have a go in the diesel one today before we end. Come back here, you bastard. Here, look. I want to have a go in the diesel one before we end today, but also we're going to try the petrol one again with the e-diff unplugged. They've recently fitted an e-diff, electronic diff, but it's also got a mechanical one as well, which seems a bit weird, doesn't it? But I guess they've done the math. Right, we're doing a final test on the TT. So we're going to unplug that e-diff. So it'll still be connected to the car, to the drive shafts, but it just won't be doing anything. And we're going back on the 295s, just to see if that helps with the understeer on exit, or if it gets worse, or just try and tell the difference. And then we're going to go for a blast in the diesel one. But yeah, the video title has been answered because the car was definitely better in my opinion, and the stopwatch also suggests the car was faster with the 295 fronts. And I mean, I don't know what the difference was, but this is a short track, so obviously multiply that to the longer tracks, and yeah, on to a winner. We were about half a second off at Croft, the absolute performance of that Lotus, so maybe this maybe with 295 fronts we could have been on with him. Right, next test is 295s and no electronic diff assistance.
Get that damage repaired, Danny?
Bad line, that, not the car's fault. A bit late on the throttle there. Pretty on car. Sputtered. I think it wants some fuel.
Oh, does it? Right.
Have a look at the time.
Oh! 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 That's good, isn't it? Yeah.
Hit the rev limit in fourth on the second lap.
Did you?
Yeah, it's so much better on them tyres. It can't just be like the new tyres, it has to be like mechanical grip difference.
Do you think the e-diff makes no difference then?
Well, it's gone way faster.
Yeah.
So truthfully, I don't think the e-diff was doing a lot, but it would be more interesting to try it without the mechanical diff there as well. I think that would be the true test. Obviously that requires quite a lot of effort, gearbox swap or otherwise, or maybe just going back on a different day with the gearbox swap. But does that not then spoil the results slightly because it's not on the same day in the same conditions? I don't know, I've heard good things about both, but we're going out in the diesel TT now anyway. So Ryan's already set the benchmark of about 106.5. Let's see what we can do. Is it good to go?
Yeah.
Oh, the clutch is super heavy. So we're going out now in the Denzel. So I guess we're going back to, can the diesel be as good as the petrol debate that we had at Donington a few months ago. Now these cars have come on a little bit. Can this car compete? So remember, this is about 70 kilos lighter H pattern. We're out in the diesel TT now, and I end up doing two very similar lap times. I do a 106.02 and a 106.04, so I'm pretty sure about a 106 flat is going to be the peak performance, certainly with me driving this car around this circuit. So there we've got 0.8 off what the petrol one did with the 295s, but also 0.2 faster than what the TFSI car did with the same tyre setup. So this proves a couple of things. If you watch the Croft video, you'll know at the end of the video I suggested perhaps a H pattern and some lightness would give some more performance to the petrol car. Now of course this is a diesel engine, but it's got the lightness and it's got the manual gearbox. Same tyres, same brakes, same everything else. 0.2 quicker around Blyton. So around anywhere else that could be worth up to about half a second, so big gains. Get cramp in my legs, so I don't think I can go any faster than that, really. About 0.8 off my best time in the petrol one. Oof. Yeah, that was pretty rowdy.
What do you reckon, Danny boy?
Yeah, it's good. I'm getting cramp in my leg.
Oh, are you?
I think a bit too close to the wheel.
Right.
It didn't feel as fast, but what it?
106.02.
Dead?
Yeah.
Dead? Does that
Dead.
count this time?
106 dead, yeah.
You like
I'm
it?
getting cramp in my leg.
Oh, are you? What, from clutch? Right.
106.02.
Dead?
Yeah.
Dead? Does that count this time?
106 dead, yeah.
final test, me and Ryan went out to do some comparisons between the diesel and the petrol, with the petrol leading and the diesel chasing, and then vice versa. Now the petrol one still had its 295 front, so this was more of a test to just show how much of an improvement that had made to the car. So I could easily keep up with Ryan. It felt like I was pretty much just cruising behind him, where when the petrol was leading, Ryan was unable to keep up. So it's only 8/10 over a lap, but it feels like so much more when you're driving the car. Who clouted that hay bale?
You.
Were it me?
Yeah, did you not see it?
I thought it were you.
No, you did it.
I didn't feel it.
I've got it on camera, it just goes boom into air.
Is it?
Yeah.
Lost the brakes at one point.
Lost them.
Not lost them, but didn't stop as much as what I thought I was going to. It's the shifting as well. There's no, because it doesn't shift down as what you want it to do. You've not got the engine braking, you know, to get it in. You're going into gears without confidence. No confidence in knowing which gear you're going to be in.
That's what I like about this. You know what gear you're in.
Exactly, yeah. That's why it needs a manual gearbox in it.
Don't want to be anything that's straight, so is there?
No, straight's a rate. I reckon it's just them 295s, which is mad, really, considering how much lighter this is.
Yeah.
Which is better, 265 or 295?
295, isn't it?
It's got to be, isn't it?
I drove it without E-diff on though, you did. You reckon better without?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Proper track.
Well, anytime you need a race driver, you know where I am.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, Phil weren't available today.
Phil? Fuck Phil.
Thank you.
Right, we need to wrap this video up then. So thanks to Darkside for inviting me down. I needed a professional race driver to come and help them benchmark these mods, and Phil wasn't available, so I stepped up. Had a good time. So were the 295s faster? Yes, they were. Was it faster with the E-diff off? Hard to say. I mean, the stopwatch would say so, but perhaps there were some other factors in play for that. I don't know. I mean, it definitely went faster. It was definitely faster. I did my fastest time with the E-diff disconnected, but not sure. How was the diesel one? The diesel one, I was sat too close. I don't know if they've moved the seat since Donington when we drove it before, but yeah, I was trying to get a nice little scenic shot. I was sat a little bit too close. Why is it tilted? There we go, that's level, isn't it? Still learning, still learning. So yeah, the diesel one was good. Didn't feel as nimble today as what it did at Donington. Now that could just be old tyres, or it could just be, because obviously Brighton's a very specific track. It doesn't really compare against many other tracks. Maybe Bedford, you know, another flat kind of similar track, but yeah, it didn't feel just as nimble. And how did it stack up with its extra power? Maybe this through the 295 could be faster still. But yeah, anyway, to finish the video and to answer the question, will the car go faster with more tyre on the front? In this case, most definitely yes. So thanks for watching. Thanks to Darkside again for inviting me down. I'll see you in a future video. Cheers, boys. Cheers, new recruit Tom.